Okay, it's final time, final showdown. ऑस्ट्रेलिया वुमन वर्सेस इंग्लैंड वुमन और फाइनली हम पहुंच चुके हैं फाइनल्स में. Okay, let's have a look at the playing 11 for both the teams. Most probably unchanged है, but we'll have a look. तो सभी का स्वागत है YooCric पे. Welcome everyone on the YooCric for another live game of cricket. And playing 11 is out for both the teams. So let's have a look. Playing 11 की अगर हम बात करते हैं, and it's a bright sunny day. If you look at the weather today, it's bright and sunny at the home of cricket. A loud cheer from the fans as the flags of both the nations have been unfurled. The teams ready here, national anthems are going on, and it will be Australia's anthem first, followed by England's. And it's almost set, and we are all ready for the game time. Playing 11 की बात करते हैं दोनों टीम्स की. Georgia Wall, Beth Mooney, Phoebe Litchfield, Elsa Perry, Ash Gardner, Georgia Wareham, Sophie Molino, Annabelle Sutherland, Nicola Carey, Kim Garth and Lucy Hamilton. So pretty strong lineup. They are unchanged from the previous game. तो कोई बदलाव किया नहीं उन्होंने. दूसरी तरफ देखते हैं इंग्लैंड की टीम. Amy Jones, Danny Wad, Skipper, Nat Shiva Brunt, Alice Capsey, Heather Knight, Freya Kemp, Dan Gibson, Charlie Dean, Lindsay Smith, Sophie Eccleston and Lauren Bell. ये है playing 11. आज इंग्लैंड की both the teams are unchanged and this is the final game. Lord's Cricket Ground पे ये मैच होता हुआ लंदन में. And let's see how they start. Opening batters are out. And the arch rivals are up against each other for the ultimate glory at Lord's. It can't get any bigger than this. On-field umpires are out. And I think, let's see who starts with the ball for Australia. So it's Kim Garth. We'll start with the new ball. नई गेंद के साथ शुरुआत करेंगे Kim Garth. And welcome everyone for another watch along only on YooCric. Australia women winning the toss and choosing to ball first. तो गेंदबाजी की है, गेंदबाजी करने का फैसला किया है टॉस जीतकर एमी जोन्स and Dan Wyatt Hodge opening batters for England women. तो देखते हैं शुरुआत कैसी रहती है. Welcome everyone and there you go. First ball starts off with a dot ball. Kim Garth. डॉट बॉल के साथ यहाँ पे शुरुआत हो चुकी है. And सभी का स्वागत है. Welcome everyone for the final game of Women's World Cup. And here we go. That was an outswinger on the length of stumper. और लीजिए first boundary. First boundary of this innings. And what a start. But we're going to have a check. So just hold on. And first 6 overs crucial होंगे दोनों teams के लिए. It would be important for both the teams. Power play. But right now we are going to have a check. And it's a boundary. A massive cheer from fans as the ball runs away to the ropes. Advantage थोड़ा सा होगा home conditions है इंग्लैंड का. दूसरी गेंद पे gets a thick edge which runs down to the fine leg. Fine leg में यहाँ पे पहला चौका मिलता हुआ. A sticky one, but they will take it. चलिए देखते हैं. If you look at the surface, that quite green. It's looking quite green. चलिए देखते हैं. That's a single. With that single, Dan Nicole she comes back to crease. तो देखने वाली बात ये होगी आज पहले 6 ओवर में क्या स्कोर होगा. Third umpire confirming that boundary after taking some time. ICC Women's T20 World Cup final का ये मैच. And this was much better length. Good length outside swing हमें देखने मिली. चलिए देखते हैं ये पार्टनरशिप कितनी लंबी रहती है. So far just 5 runs coming from first 3 balls. And it's a dot ball. Mooney is standing up to the stumps. एक अच्छी स्ट्रैटेजी होगी आज ऑस्ट्रेलिया की. And there's a slip in a place. Mooney is next to the stumps. Short. She's doing short wicket keeping. Yeah, that was very close inside edge, and it was very close to the stumps. Lucky rahe, but with that single, Dan Nicole she gets off the mark. लास्ट बॉल इस ओवर की देखते हैं किस तरह से फिनिश करते हैं. And again, put the singles. We're on the backward point. तो दोनों ही सिंगल्स बैकवर्ड पॉइंट की दिशा में हमें देखने मिली है. देखते हैं आखिरी बॉल. सो फार 6 रन 6 आ चुके हैं इस ओवर में. देखते हैं लास्ट बॉल. And with a single, that's the end of the over. Again, a cover drive. And what a fielding. What a fielding. Just giving a single. And that's the end of the over. 7 runs coming from it. And England women 7 from that first over. 7 आ चुके हैं पहले ओवर में. देखते हैं पावर प्ले इंपॉर्टेंट रहने वाला है दोनों ही टीम के लिए. तो इंग्लैंड वैसे टॉस हार चुकी है. लेट्स सी हाउ मेनी रन्स दे विल गेट इन द फर्स्ट 6 ओवर्स. दूसरी ओर से देखते हैं कौन गेंदबाजी करेंगे. लूसी हैमिल्टन विल बॉल फ्रॉम अदर एंड. Lucy Hamilton is young bowler from Australia. 5 innings, a wicket. And will share the new ball from other end. तो दूसरी एंड से नई गेंद के साथ शुरुआत की है डॉट बॉल के साथ. स्टैट्स इतने अच्छे हैं नहीं, बट देखते हैं आज फाइनल के मुकाबले में हाउ शी परफॉर्म्स. लूसी हैमिल्टन slip in a place and that was way outside. ऐसा लगा कि शायद it could have been a wide. And here we go, first wicket. And that's the breakthrough. And Amy Jones, after hitting a boundary on that first over, and now she departs. She's been caught out हो चुके हैं. And on that gully, that was a full length delivery, sliced away and taken at the short third man. Lucy Hamilton strikes in a first over. पहली ओवर में यहाँ पे विकेट मिला है. And Amy Jones, she departs for 6. And that was nicely taken by Georgia Wall at the short third man. And Hamilton strikes on a second ball in a maiden T20 World Cup final appearance. England 7 for 1. एक अच्छा लो कैच था, जॉर्जिया वॉल ने लिया था. And there comes the skipper, Nat Shiva-Brunt, experienced all-rounder. 134 innings, 3000 plus runs है उनके नाम. तो देखते हैं आज how she performs in the previous game. She performed really well. Let's see today. The skipper walks into the bat at number 3 and she straight away gets off the mark with the boundary. यहाँ पे चौके के साथ शुरुआत दिलाते हुए अपनी टीम को. And that's a great start for the skipper. Nicely played. Covers की दिशा में. Nicely played at the covers, finding the gap. And that was a glorious shot. चलिए देखते हैं आखिरी 2 गेंद so far. And that was a beautiful cover drive to start the innings. This one is much better. Dot ball. So far, a wicket and a boundary from this over. Last ball of this over. And Jones dismissals. देखते हैं आखिरी ball and Lucy Hamilton ends the over with a dot ball. 4 runs and a wicket. England women 11 for 1 after 2. देखते हैं शुरुआत तो अच्छी मिली है. ऑस्ट्रेलिया को अर्ली ब्रेक थ्रू मिला है, बट यहां से देखते हैं. दैट वाज अ ब्रिलियंट स्टार्ट फ्रॉम हैमिल्टन. Kim Gard to continue with a second over. Starts off with a single. सिंगल है ना डॉट बॉल अभी तक इस ओवर में. मोनी गोज बैक अगेन टू हर ओरिजिनल पोजीशन. पहले शॉट कीपिंग कर रहे थे, बट अब फिर से अपनी जगह पर जा चुके हैं. And this is 8 finals अभी तक हो चुके हैं. बैक टू बैक डॉट बॉल्स. किम गार्थ. And that's a good delivery again. If you look at the pace, she's bowling around 114, 115. This time she blocks it to the cover. Australia, they have made into the finals 8 times out of 10. 8 बार पहुंचे हैं फाइनल्स में. देखते हैं आखिरी 2 गेंद. This time onto the mid wicket. Misfield, and they'll get 2. 2 more for NSB. Conceding couple of runs. And there you go, another dot ball. With that dot, last ball of this over. देखते हैं आखिरी बॉल पे what will we see from that last ball. देखते हैं आखिरी बॉल. Still waiting for it. And it's a dot ball again to end this over. Just 3 runs. 15 रन आए इस ओवर में. England 14 for 1 after 3. And finally, we are seeing some spin attack. Sophie Molino brings herself on, replacing Hamilton. चलिए यहाँ पे अब spin attack हम देखेंगे. 47 innings, 55 wickets for Sophie Molino. And let's see how the spin attack works for Australia. After that tidy over, that's a boundary. पहली गेंद पे चौका जड़ दिया है. And then Nico Watt. First ball boundary. That's a welcome boundary. This time balled over the wicket, sliced it towards that backward point, finding the gap. And Danny greets the skipper with a boundary. With that dot ball, that's so far. It's a good start for England. A boundary and a single. तीन गेंदें बची है अभी भी, देखते हैं। Molino again round the wicket. That's another single. Just 2 balls left in this over. Mooney collects the throw, breaks the stump, and yeah, she made it. And with that dot ball, last ball of this over, देखते हैं आखिरी गेंद पर. So far, just 6 runs coming from it. And that's a dot ball to end this over. Just flicks it to the square leg, and that's a dot ball. Just 6 runs coming from it. England women 20 for 1 after 4. Still 2 overs are left in this power play. Good comeback from Molino after conceding a boundary on her very first ball. And there's a change in the bowling. Annabelle Sutherland back into the attack. And that's again a boundary. Welcome boundary. And again, NSB greeted her with a first ball boundary. Annabelle Sutherland in World Cup. 7 matches, 5 wickets. And another bowler has been greeted with a boundary. And nicely played. Flicks it on that square leg region. And with that single, Dan is back into the crease. Back-to-back singles. England looking for a solid partnership. Nat Shiva-Brunt, Dan Nicole Viat. 19 of 19. Sutherland, this time she blocks it, gets his quick single. A quick single यहाँ पे लिया है. Still 3 balls to go. And it's a no ball. And there will be a free hit. A bonus chance for NSB to take advantage of this free hit. देखते इसका एडवांटेज ले पाएंगे या नहीं. Yeah, she overstepped it. Free hit upcoming for NSB. A front foot no ball. And that's a boundary. Taking the advantage. And skipper gets the boundary. And nicely played towards that deep mid wicket. Finding the gap. With that single. Just 2 balls to go in this over. It's been a brilliant over for England. 12 runs coming from it. And it's been given wide. Some extra runs in this over. Kuch free hits bhi, but there's an appeal as well. Oh, they have went for the third umpire. Maybe they'll take a review for that catch check. So देखते हैं यहाँ पे कैच है या नहीं. It's a close call. And there's a player review for caught behind. And it's very close to the gloves. It's passing close to the gloves. And let's see if we'll see something in the ultra edge. देखते हैं ultra edge में कुछ दिखता है क्या. And in the ultra edge, we can see a spike. We can see a spike. And that should be a wicket. And there's a spike. And I think Dan Nicole-Watt. But I think umpires are still making a confirmation. There is a spike as the ball is next to the glove. Simply outstanding stuff from Beth Mooney. And maybe that's another wicket. And that's an excellent review from Australia. And the review is retained. And Dan Nicole-Watt, she departs cheaply in this grand final. And second wicket down for England. 32 for 2 after 4. And Dan Nicole-Watt, she departs for 8. And that's a good review from Australia. And they have their second. So far, if we look at this over, 12 runs and a wicket, still a ball to go. Alice Capsey, new batter, walks out to bat at number 4. And with that single, she gets off the mark. खाता खुल चुके हैं single के साथ. And that's the end of the over. 13 runs and a wicket from it. England 33 for 2 after 5. Still an over left in this power play. And let's see who's gonna bowl the next over for Australia. So far they're having a good start. Got 2 early wickets. And it's Lucy Hamilton. Starts off with a dot ball. 2 early wickets in the power play. Hamilton to continue. And that's a single. Just 4 balls left in this power play. And that was a good presence of mind from the keeper taking that review. And that's another single. This time it's an inside edge. Went towards that square leg region for a single again. With that dot ball, just 2 balls left in this power play now. Can they find any boundaries or something? Just 2 balls to go. And that's a slower one. And much better line. Change in pace for Lucy Hamilton. But it has been given a no ball. Second no ball of this innings and second in this power play. Can they take the advantage? And it's been given a no ball. Free hit upcoming for Alice Capsey. And she has made another error. Overstepped again. And that's a good recovery. Just a single. Nicely bowled by Hamilton. Just 2 balls to go. And again there was a change of place and a chance of run out as well. But that was way away from the keeper's hand. Last 2 balls. And if that was a direct hit. If that was a direct hit from Gardner, Capsey was gone all the way. And Hamilton too failed to collect it. And with that single, last ball of this over. And there are just 2 fielders outside the circle at the deep backward point and at the deep square leg. And with that single, last ball left in this over. And just a single to end this over. And that's the end of the power play. 6 runs coming from it. England 39 for 2 after 6. And it's time for the first drink break of this grand final. And England off to a steady start after being asked to bat first. They are 39 for 2 after 6 overs. Hamilton removed Jones in a second over. Viatoj went past 300 runs in the edition before a successful review of Sutherland ended her stay at the crease. At the crease, NSB at 18, Ellis Capsy on 4. Australia have done well so far by not allowing the host to get away. Georgia Wareham, there is a change in the bowling leg break. Some spin action. Wareham comes into the attack and starts off with a single. Capsy having a magnificent record here at Lord's. But there is a little bit of pressure on the batters. They need a partnership to get going. Currently playing at the run rate of 6.6. Wareham again over the wicket, tries to scoop it. And they'll get 2 again in that fine leg. And that didn't connect well, but still they'll get that 2 runs. Last 3 balls. And with that dot ball, last ball of this over, Australia have a very balanced lineup. They're unchanged. Both the teams are unchanged actually from the previous game. And back-to-back dot balls to end this over. That's a fine start for Wareham. Just 4 runs coming from it. England 43 for 2 after 7. Annabelle Sutherland back into the attack with a second over. Starts off with a dot ball. This time over the wicket, getting that extra bounce. Change of ends for Sutherland. And this time on to the square leg for a single. And we have not seen a boundary since after that 5th over. Just a strike rotation from both the batters. And it's a leg by. It's a single leg by. Single at the fine leg. And if we look at the projected score from here, it could be anywhere around 140 to 150. And single again on the onside. 2 balls to go. And it's been given wide. Sutherland to Capsey. And that was a bouncer over the head and has been given wide. And this one is better. With that dot ball, last ball of this over. So far, if we look in this over, just 5 runs coming from it, and with that single from that last ball. And that's the end of the over. Another tidy over from Annabelle Sutherland. 5 from the over. England 48 for 2 after 8, and they are very close to 50 on the scoreboard. Nat Stewart on 23, Alice Capsey on 6. Partnership of 16 of 19. And that's a boundary to start this over. Ash Gardner joins the attack. And Capsey welcomes her with a boundary. Gardner replacing Wareham. And she picks up steps forward, picks up that full toss, and plays it over the mid wicket. And that's a good start for this over. Back-to-back singles after that boundary. England should be hoping to improve that run rate, currently playing at 6.3. They should try to go around 7 or 8. They should improvise it. Quick single. Plays it with the soft hands, front of the cover point for a quick single. And that's a huge. And this time Capsey goes for a big one. And I guess that's the first maximum of this innings. Again she steps up, and that's a lofted shot. Again over the wide long on for a maximum. And that has got the crowd going as well. Terrific use of the feet from Alice Capsey, and that made a cracking sound of the bat as well. And that was a 6 the moment it left the bat. With that dot ball, last ball of this over, and let's see what will we see from that last delivery, and that's a boundary. What an over for England. 2 boundaries and a maximum from this over. It's a brilliant one for England. Again, beautifully played over the long off for a boundary of that last ball. 16 runs coming from it. England 64 for 2 after 9. NSB on 24, Alice Capsey on 21. And that was an expensive start from Ash Gardner. Sophie Molyneux back into the attack with a second over. And she returns for a second spell. Oh, they have taken a review. And let's have a check at the LBW. They appealed it. Umpire showing no interest, and they have went upstairs. And I think they are looking pretty confident with that check. And they have gone upstairs. And let's see. It's hitting the gloves. And I think they have lost the review. And it will stay not out. And this time Capsy finding those 2 runs. Capsy survives, and that's a scoop shot again over the keeper's head. They'll get a couple of runs. And there you go. Another breakthrough. And Sophie Molino getting another wicket. And it's Alice Capsy, who was looking set, got that big over. And now she has to go. And Molino, she has been bowled, trying to play that reverse sweep. And Sophie Molyneux breaks the partnership. 1 shot too many from Alice Capsy. And she was again trying to get innovative. But this time she misses it. And that's the end of Alice Capsy. She departs for 23. And Skipper getting the wicket. The partnership is broken. England 67 for 3. Hit the night, another experienced batter at the crease. Starts off with the dot ball, 127 innings, 2600 plus runs for Hit the Night. Walks in at number 5. And she gets off the mark of that last ball. And that was an excellent over from Molino. 4 runs and a wicket. That's the end of the over. England 68 for 3 after 10, and we are at the halfway mark. 2 experienced batter at the crease, and England looking for another partnership. And this time she defends it back to Garth. Dot balls in a row. Last 2 balls left in this over. And this time she tried to go towards that square leg, but completely misses it. And is that another one? And there she goes, another wicket. And hit the night, the new batter. And England are in trouble. But they haven't for the review. Let's check it. There's an LBW check. I think it's most probably going to be out. But they have challenged it. And let's see if it's hitting the stumps or not. Original decision is out. And Hit the Knight has challenged it. Let's wait for the ball tracker. Knight, after having a chat with the skipper, opts for a review. And looks like there is no bat involved. And it misses on the inside edge. Veers it on the front pad. And they have lost the review. And that's a big wicket. Hit the Knight. And Australia getting another wicket. Impact in line, hitting in line. Impact in line, pitching in line. And it's hitting the wickets as well. 3 reds in the ball tracker. And Knight departs cheaply onto. And burns a review for her side as well. England 70 for 4. And England losing a wicket after every interval. Not able to build a partnership. Another all-rounder, Freya Kemp, walks in at number 6. 26 innings, 290 plus runs. And that's a dot ball. 2 runs and a wicket. That's an excellent over from Kim Garth. England 70 for 4 after 11. Georgia Varam with the second over. Georgia Varam comes into the attack. That was an excellent over from Kim Garth. Down the ground, they'll get 2 runs. And good stop from the fielder at the long on. So far it has been excellent bowling from Australia. And now whole responsibility will be on Nat Shiva Brunt. Another single. Just 3 balls left in this over. And we have not seen a boundary from that 10th over. And that was flighted delivery. Misses the pull onto a front pad. Picks up a quick leg by single. And with that single, 2 balls to go. Priya Kemp, the left-hander. She gets off the mark as well. And this time it's a wide. With that single last ball of this over. And that's a dot ball. Maybe they'll get a single. Yeah, I think it's a dot. So yeah, dot ball to end this over. Just 6 runs coming from it. England 76 for 4 after 12. Hamilton back into the attack. And if you look at the stat check, Ashley Gardner's 16-run over was Australia's second most expensive over in the 2026 Women's World Cup. Lucy Hamilton starts off with a single, and so far they have used 6 bowlers in this first innings. The left-arm pacer bowling round the wicket, and again change of ends for Lucy Hamilton. And this time they'll get 2 runs again. And there was a leading edge, but that landed safe. But this time they'll get the boundary, much needed boundary. And first one for Freya Kemp. And so far it's been a good start in this over. 7 runs from first 3 balls, and they need more boundaries. And nicely played. That was a lovely shot from Freya Kemp. that was a first boundary after 20 balls for England. Last 2 balls. With that dot ball, last ball left in this over. And I think they are improving with every ball. So far 8 runs coming from it. Let's see what will we see from that last ball. And just a single. Single to end this over. And that's much better over for England. 9 runs coming from it. 85 for 4. And 9 runs from Hamilton's third over. Let's see who's gonna ball the next one. If you look at the number of overs and number of bowlers used by Australia in this first innings, Kim Garth, Lucy Hamilton, Sophie Molino, Annabelle Sutherland, Georgia Wareham, Ash Gardner balled just 1 over, and that was expensive. 16 from that over. Garth, Hamilton, Molino and Sutherland getting 1 wicket each. And Gardner back into the attack. Starts off with a couple of runs. So far, they will be looking for more boundaries. But before that, they need a partnership. 20 of 16. Nat Shivabrant 34. Freya Kemp on 10. And if you look at the boundary, it's 70 meters at the down the ground. 64 meters at the square leg and backward point. And they got another 2. Misfield, and they'll get another extra run. With that single. And that was a slight misfield. So far, just 6 runs coming from it. 2 balls to go, and there's another single. Last ball of this over. Can they find something like... We are rarely seeing any boundaries in this innings. And again, 3 singles in a row to end this over. 8 runs coming from it. England 93 for 4 after 14. And it's time for drinks break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. And it's the packed house at Lord's. And let's see after the drinks break how far England will reach. Can they go above 150? England will be aiming for a strong finish and a total somewhere around, I think, 160 should be a competitive score. Australia have been outstanding in the field, backing up their bowlers with some sharp fielding as well. And the responsibility is now on the shoulders of the skipper, Nat Shivabrant. And there you go, that's a boundary after the drinks break. Freya Kemp with a second boundary. Sutherland will bowl a third over. And that was a poor ball put away to the fence by Kemp. Oh, that fine leg region. That exactly what they wanted. Wrong line from Sutherland. And boundary straight away after the drinks. And with that single, skipper comes back to the crease. And if you look at the upcoming batters for England, and if you look at their lineups, they still have Dan Gibson, Charlie Dean, Lindsay Smith, Sophie Eccleston and Lauren Bell. So they still have two all-rounders who can bat at the depth. Back-to-back singles. This time some movement placed toward that square leg region for a single. And there you go, another boundary. Second one in this over. And it's again Freya Kemp. And this time nicely timed towards onside, and there was a dive but she couldn't save it. Lovely. And that's a lovely way to bring up the 100 for England. And with that single, last ball of this over will be played by Nat Shivabrant. And it has been a solid over for England. 11 runs so far. And they should look to accelerate from here. Two boundaries and three singles. And there you go, another single of that last ball. And it's a perfect over. They were looking for two boundaries and four singles. 12 runs coming from it. England 105 for 4 after 15. And partnership is steadily going up. 35 of 25. And Annabelle Sutherland, and that's another boundary. And finally, England getting some momentum. And Molino, she's welcome with a boundary again. And this time it's from the skipper. And it's captain versus captain. And that was nicely played over the covers for a boundary. Just getting that. There was no power, just sheer timing from the skipper. And with that single, Freya came back into the crease. And both the batters are looking well set now. Partnership of 40 of 28. So far, tactics have been worked well for Australia. They would be hoping for another wicket. Couple of runs for Freya Kemp. And she cuts away towards that third man region, getting that outside edge. And easy two. With that single. Last ball to be played by the skipper. Partnership is getting towards that 50 mark. Let's see what will we see from that last ball. Just a single again. And I'd say that's a decent over for England. Just 9 runs coming from it. England 114 for 4 after 16. Just 4 overs left in this first innings. And if you look at the projected score, they could still go around 150 or maybe 160. And it's Kim Garth back into the attack with a final over. Starts off with a white ball. Kim Garth so far has been very economical. 1 wicket, 13 runs from her 3 overs. She's bowling over the wicket. Right arm pacer. Tactically, Australia have done well so far. And if they restrict them under 150, and I think that would be a good chase for Australia. Back-to-back singles after that white ball. Yeah, we're still waiting for that next ball. So yeah, he's been given dot. Much better line from Kemp. Much fuller from Kim Garth this time. And even after that white ball, she has just given 2 runs with a final over. Let's see, can England get any boundaries or something from this over as well? Just 2 balls to go. And there you go, that's a boundary. And Nat Shiverbrandt, she's very close to her 50. Just 2 needed for another half century. And that was nicely played. Scooped it over the keeper's head for a boundary. Innovative from this keeper. And with that, 50 partnership is up between Kemp and Nat Shiverbrandt. Last ball of this over, and it will be a single. She'll keep the strike in the next over. 8 runs coming from it. Still a ball to go. Still a ball left in this over. And yeah. And that's a dot ball to end this over. Just 8 runs coming from it. England 122 for 4 after 17. Just 3 overs left in this first innings. And they'd still be hoping to get around 150 or 160. Both the batters are looking well set, but they need some big hits to reach towards the competitive total. Let's see. Ash Gardner, after that expensive over, back into the attack. Starts off with a single. Nat Shiva completing her half century. 50 of 45 balls. Kim Garth ends with the economical figures of 1 for 20. Ash Gardner bowling from round the wicket. And NSB knows she has to bat through till the end if England are to post a challenging total against this formidable Australian side. And it's a huge game. It's a final. Back-to-back singles. And that's a good start for Gardner. Just keeping it tight. And on the other side, England now would be looking for some maximums or boundaries to end this first innings. And that's just clever bowling from Gardner. But this time, Freya Kemp, she finds the gap. And it's a 4th boundary. And she has much better strike rate than the skipper. Nicely played, waited for it and hammers it onto that long on. And with that single, Last ball of this over. And if we look at the timeline, they're getting a boundary every over. But I think they should push it for more, like maybe a 2 or 3. Just 2 overs left in this innings. And this time she gives herself some space, but just a single again. And that's another decent over for England. 9 runs coming from it. England 131 for 4 after 18. Just 2 overs left in this first innings, and they would be hoping for another 20 to 30 runs. I think if they get around 155 or 160, that would be a good score. Okay, Annabelle Sutherland with the final over. England need a couple of big overs to go past 155. Let's see, can they do it? Sutherland starts off with a single. England would be hoping for a big over. Sutherland bowling from over the wicket. Right arm medium pacer. And there's a protection there at the square leg. So far, it's a good start for Sutherland. Back-to-back singles. And slower balls are working for Sutherland. She's not trying too hard, not trying to keep up the pace. Just bowling into the right areas. And drill down the ground again for a single. And this time timed well, but they'll just get 2 runs. And they are still searching for that boundary or a maximum. Well bowled by Sutherland so far. Can we see a boundary or maximum? Just 2 balls left in this over. And there was another full toss, but she couldn't get that power. Single again at the mid wicket. And last ball of this over. Let's see, can skipper get something of it from that last ball? And again flicks it, but it will be a dot ball. And that's an excellent over from Sutherland. Just 6 runs from that second last over. England 137 for 4 after 19. Just six balls remaining in this first innings. Brilliantly bowled by Sutherland. She ends the spell as well. 1 for 34 from her 4 overs. And that was a magnificent over under pressure. And with that, we have reached towards that final over of the innings. And Sophie Molino will ball the final over of the innings. This time round the wicket. And she went over, long on. Just a single. Mistimes it in front of the long on for a single. Couple of runs again. And the search of boundary or a maximum is still going on. Just 4 balls left in this final over. To again for NSB. Made some room. Goes over the covers. Getting that 2 runs. So far, it has been a good start from Molino. Can we see something? Can we see boundaries or maximums? That's another good delivery from Molino. They are putting the pressure. Batsmen are struggling to find it. And we have not seen any boundary after that 18th over. Just 3 more deliveries left. And this time it's a huge hit. And that's a much needed maximum. Freya Kemp. And finally, breaking the shackles, getting that maximum. 10 from the over now. 2 balls to go. Smash downtown by Freya Kemp. There was stand and deliver. That's a powerful hit from Freya Kemp. She's on 40s. Just 2 balls left in this over. Can we see more like this? That's a 80-meter maximum. Kemp scuffle across, gets underneath this one and tongs it straight back over the bowler's head. But this time they'll just get 2 runs. And 12 from this over now. Last ball. Can they finish it off in style? Can they get a maximum or a boundary of that last ball? And currently they are at 149. And if they get a boundary or something, just a single again. Good recovery from the captain. After that maximum, couple of runs and a single to end this over. And with that, that's the end of the innings for England. 13 runs coming from it. 150 for 4 after 20 overs. And the partnership of 80 or 55 between Nat Shivabrant and Freya Kemp. Both the batters batted really well, but they needed a bit of more acceleration. They needed some more runs. Now let's see if they can defend this total. Nat Shiva 58 of 53. Freya Kemp 44 of 28. And we have seen just a maximum from that last over. It's time for innings break. Join us in the second innings only at YooCric. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with the run chase. And let's see, will Australia, will they chase it easily or it will be a tough one? We'll find out that soon. And welcome back to the run chase. And here we go. Georgia ball starts off with a boundary. And that's an excellent start. Opening batters for Australia in this run chase. Beth Mooney and Georgia Wall. Welcome back for the run chase, everyone. Here at home of cricket. Match is being played at Lords. Australia had opted to use the heavy roller during the innings break. And there you go. That's a comeback. And Charlie Dean strikes in a second ball. And after hitting that boundary, and there is a wicket. But they have opted for a review. Now let's check at the ball tracker if that's hitting the wickets or not. But what a comeback delivery. Charlie Dean with a first over. They have taken a review for that LBW check. And let's see if there is something on the ultra edge. Yeah, it looks like. So yeah, it's not out. And Georgia Wall survives. It's pitching outside leg. And the review will be retained. And with that single, Beth Mooney comes into the crease. England would be hoping for some early breakthrough. And if we look at it, Australia have produced a super bowling performance in this grand finale, keeping England in check throughout the 20 overs. The 6-time champions have restricted England at around 150. It is a competitive total, but if we look at against the side like Australia, it could be below par. Beth Mooney starts off with a dot ball. Shashyt looking for a single, but Georgia Wall denies it. After that dot ball, we have reached towards that final ball of this over. So far, just 5 runs coming from it. Round the wicket, Charlie Dean. What will we see from that last delivery? Just a single. And just a single to end this over. Made some room, she cuts it away. Getting that single towards that point region. Just 6 runs coming from it. That's the end of the over. Australia 6 for none after first over. They still led 145. 814 balls. England would be hoping for some early breakthrough. And that's a decent start for Charlie Dean. And it's Lauren Bell from other end with the new ball. Lauren Bell to operate from other end. Right arm fast medium. Starts off with a dot ball. The left-hander Beth Mooney again. That was a swing and a miss. And there's a gully in place for Beth Mooney. And that was a good length delivery. Another dot ball. And good start for Lauren Bell. And this time much slower onto the leg side, and direct hit would have been direct hit, and wall was gone. She was lucky again. She was looking for a single, but Beth Mooney denies it. And a direct hit would have that would have been the end of the innings for Wall, but just lucky. With that single, Wall, she comes back to the crease. And that's a wide plus boundary, extra runs for Australia. And it's a gift. It's a gift from Lauren Bell. Way outside the off stump. Keeper dives it, but couldn't stop it. But there's a no ball in check as well, so just wait for it. And it has been given. It's a no ball. Plus boundary. And free hit upcoming for Georgia Wall. Oh, Lauren Bell. That would prove costly. Yeah, it was pitching outside the pitch. This time it's in the air. And there you go. Right use of the free hit. And that's a boundary. And that's a good start for Australia. Short ball, pulls it over the square leg. And Wall makes full use of the free hit. Ten runs from the over, 2 balls to go. And that's the first wicket. Bell has her revenge. And that was a good line delivery. And she ends up chopping onto the sticks. But that's a boundary. Village field, new batter in. And straight away gets off the mark with a boundary. England would be hoping for some more wickets. 15 runs and a wicket from that over. And what a hit from Litchfield. Played down the ground. And a boundary to end this over. Expensive. But a wicket taking over from Lauren Bell. 15 runs and a wicket. Australia 21 for 1 after 2. And there you go, Lindsay Smith with a new over. And a couple of runs to start this new over. Finally breaking that partnership. Lauren Bell gets a revenge, but it was an expensive over from her. Lindsay Smith is introduced into the attack. 33 innings, 35 wickets in a T20 career. And Lauren Bell finally got rid of Georgia Wall. And that's a boundary. And that's the first one for Beth Mooney. Started a bit slow, but finally getting something off the bat. Nicely played over the mid wicket. And there was a fielder there, but she couldn't stop it. And poor fielding at the deep. And first boundary for Beth Mooney. She comes back with a dot ball. 6 from this over so far. Still 3 overs are left after this one. And England can't afford to be sloppy in the field today. With that single, last ball to be played by Litchfield. And with that single, that's the end of the over. 8 runs coming from it. Australia 29 for 1 after 3. Litchfield on 5, Beth Mooney on 9, and Australia still require 122 runs to win this game. And Lauren Bell will continue. Starts off with a single. Another boundary of the second ball. And Beth Mooney continues in this over as well. The left-hander makes some runes, plays down the ground and finds the gap over that long off. We'll take a short commentary break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. That was a classy drive from the ground. And that's another expensive over from Lauren Bell. 3 boundaries, singles and wides. 16 from that over. Australia 45 for 1 after 4, and they're cruising really well. And Australia taking the aggressive route in this run chase. The boundaries are coming at regular interval, and they are putting the England bowlers under constant pressure. Still 2 overs are left in this power play. Charlie Dane back into the attack with a second over. And that's a huge hit. And there's no stopping for Australia now. They're constantly getting runs every over. A boundary at the second ball, and now a maximum. Phoebe Litchfield. What a hit! Came down the ground and over the long off for a maximum. And with that, it's 50 up on the scoreboard for Australia. And they're cruising well in this run chase. 2 more balls left in this over. And that's a good comeback at the end from Dean. Back-to-back dot balls to end this over. 10 runs coming from it. Australia 55 for 1 after 5. And that's a solid partnership between Beth Mooney and Litchfield. 38 of 19. Mooney on 22. Litchfield on 16. And Australia looking favourites at this stage. Just 96 required in 90 balls to win this game. And that's the end of the power play. 7 runs coming from it. Australia 62 for 1 after 6. They just need 89 in 84. It's time for drinks break. Stay tuned. We will be right back shortly. And you're back after the drinks break. And England are in trouble. Australia just having a wonderful start in this power play. And they just now need 87 runs in 83 balls. England desperately require a couple of wickets if they are to force their way back into this contest. And good thing is Australia have taken the game to England right from the start. And almost they have won the battle in the power play itself with their fearless approach. Freya Kemp, the new bowler, has been introduced. Back-to-back singles, just 4 from this over so far. And it's looking so far an easy chase for Australia. There is no pressure on them. They batted brilliantly in the power play, getting a boundary every over. And single to end this over. Just 10 runs coming from it. That's another good over for Australia. 72 for 1 after 7. Litchfield on 19, Beth Mooney on 36. And that's a solid partnership between both these batters. 55-31. Australia just need 79 in 78. And with that single, that's the end of the over. A boundary and couple of 4 singles and a boundary, 8 from that over. Australia 80 for 1 after 8. Litchfield on 25, Beth Mooney on 38. And they are cruising nicely to chase that total. 71 needed in 72. Boundary to start this over. A boundary from the third ball. 6 from this over so far. Last ball. That was hammered down the ground by Litchfield. And we can see a total dominance from Australia here in the summit clash. And single to end this over. Just 7 runs coming from it. Australia 87 for 1 after 9. And they have went for a... And let's see. Okay, there's a run out check of that last ball. Yeah, I think she's safe. But it has been referred to third umpire. Appeal for run out at the striker's end. Slight bit of confusion between the two batters. Litchfield had to die full length to get home. Yeah, it has been given not out and she's safe. 7 from the over. Australia 87 for 1 after 9. Litchfield has a bat grounded inside the crease just in time. Not out loads on the big screen. And partnership is well set. Both the batters are looking good. 70 of 43. Litchfield on 30. Pat Mooney on 40. Lauren Bell back into the attack. Starts off with a single. And England now are in deep trouble. They need cluster of wickets to get back into this game. Now it's a tough road for them to defend that total. And that's a glorious shot. Back-to-back boundaries in this over. And they're consistently getting runs. And this is looking like a one-sided contest. Brilliant start in this over again for Australia. Australia are making mockery of this target here. Lauren Bell's poor evening with the ball continues. And that's the end of the over. 11 runs, expensive again. Lauren Bell, 98 for 1 after 10. We are at the halfway stage. And Australia looking comfortable in this run chase. Just 53 needed in 60 balls. Let's see Lindsay Smith back into the attack with a third over. And the six-time champions are marching towards yet another world title. It's looking like an easy chase now. It is a well set partnership is getting close to 100. Sophia Kilston with the second over, and so far nothing is working for England. And tactically they have failed to defend that total. And that's a beautiful delivery from Eccleston with that dot ball. Just 2 balls to go in this over. Australia getting closer to winning this game. It's finals. And just super performance from Australia. Winning the toss, choosing to bowl first. Total dominance with the bat. And that's a wide. Last ball of this over. With that dot ball, that's the end of the over. Just 6 runs coming from it. Australia 113 for 1. Charlie Dane back into the attack. And that's a wicket of the last ball. Charlie Dane finally getting a first wicket, and a dangerous looking partnership is broken, but it's too late. 4 runs and a wicket from that over of Charlie Dean. Australia 117 for 2 after 13. And they just need 34 in 42 balls. Elsep Perry is the new batter in at number 4. Rhea Kemp with a second over. And that's 4 more. Rhea Kemp and Elsep Perry yet to get a first run. Beth Mooney, she completes her half century. They're heading closer to winning this game. They still have a lot of wickets in hand, and that's back-to-back boundaries for Beth Mooney. Just 26 needed in 39. And it's looking like an easy chase now. Back-to-back boundaries. And again an inside edge. 2 dots, 2 boundaries, 2 balls to go. And Australia sailing comfortably to win this game. There's no pressure. Oh, and there's a run out check. So let's have a closer look. I think it's gonna be close. Had Kim got a hand on it, Perry would have been gone. But let's see. Let's see if there's a wicket. And Cam fingers or not. Let's see if ball pressed Cam's fingers or not, because Perry was outside a crease at the non-striker's end. And it's quite close. And there's nothing conclusive on the camera. Let's see what third umpire thinks here. Let's wait for it. There was a shot of a good length around the leg side. Mooney chips it back straight, and I think still waiting for it. Yeah, it's not out. There was nothing conclusive on the camera. Here we go, last two balls. This time it's in the air, and that's another boundary. Boundary number 3 in this over. And they are making it more easy. Pat Mooney continuing with the boundaries. Last ball of this over. This time she thumped down the ground. With that dot ball, that's the end of the over. Just 12 runs coming from it. Australia 129 for 2 after 14. They just need 22 in 36 balls. And it's time for drinks break. And that's a boundary again. Charlie Dean with a final over. 7 runs so far from it. Last ball. Just 15 needed to win this game. And England hopes are fading fast here. Excellent use of the fade from Perry. First boundary for her in this innings. And this time she goes over the long off. And with that single, that's the end of the over. 8 runs from it. Australia 137 for 2 after 15. And they just need 14 runs to win this game. Sophie Eccleston back into the attack. There's a length ball around middle and leg. Perry clips it for a single. And now Beth Mooney. Last 2 balls. And there's a LBW check going on. Appeal for LBW. Nat Shiva Brunt has no other choice but to send it upstairs. Full fire at the pads from over the wicket. Mooney misses the flick on the inside edge and wears it low on the front pad. The TV umpire has been referred. Let's see if there's a wicket. And yes, the decision is still pending. The check is going on. And let's see if there's something on the ultra edge. This looks very close. But seems like there's nothing on the ultra edge. And flat line on the ultra edge. Time for ball tracking. And that's the wicket. Beth Mooney. Finally she departs for 64. That was a brilliant knock from her. Eccleston getting another wicket. And the review is retained. Australia 140 for 3 now. 3 reds on the ball tracking. And she has to reverse her original decision. Pitching in line, impact in line, hitting wickets. And that's the end of Beth Mooney. Ash Gardner, new batter in at number 5. But it's too late now. They just need 11 runs in 24 balls. End of the over. 3 runs and a wicket from Eccleston. Australia 140 for 3 after 16. Just 11 needed in 24. And that's another wicket. And it's Ellis Perry. She departs for 12. England getting some wickets at the end of this game. After hitting that boundary, Lindsay Smith getting her first wicket. And Australia losing wickets in quick succession. They have referred it. Let's see. She played down the ground, but looks quite an interesting, a very good low catch taken by Eccleston. But we're gonna have a look at that catch check. She fails to get the required elevation and falls. Perry, she goes for 12, but umpire are gonna have a look at this one. 2 wickets in the span of 4 balls for England. And let's check whether Eccleston grabbed it cleanly or not. And Australia getting close to winning this game. Last ball of this over. So far 6 runs coming from it. Just 5 more needed to win this game. And out ball to end this over. Just 6 runs coming from it. A boundary of the second ball. Australia 146 for 3 after 17. And they just need 5 runs to win this game. They still have 3 overs in hand. And that's the end of the spell for Lindsay Smith as well. She's been wicketless. Goes wicketless today, conceding 30 runs in 4 overs. And let's see who's gonna bowl the next one for England. And Eccleston back into the attack with the final over, couple of runs. And they are just 1 big hit away from winning the game. Just 3 runs needed for another World Cup title. And that's a wide plus boundary. And what an awful way to finish this game. Sophie Eccleston. And after that 2 runs, they ended this game. Then Australia winning the World Cup with 7 wickets. And they defeated England and won this match by 7 wickets. And that's the end of the game. 5+ boundaries. And that's it. Australia are the champions of the world. And they beat England by 7 wickets in the ICC Women's T20 World Cup 2026 final to lift their 7th T20 title. And this was their 8th T20 World Cup final appearance. And they have emerged victorious on 7 occasions. And that's a mind-boggling stat. Australia remain unbeaten in this edition and get back to where they belong, at the top of the world. And that's the 100% win record over England in T20 World Cup finals. And they have now beaten their arch rivals on 4 occasions. That's remarkable for Australia. And that's it for the day. Thanks everyone for joining. And see you all in the next game.